What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy Enlightened, Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. Welcome, welcome to another segment on Lord Enlightened Luciferian Prince's channel. Thank y'all for all y'all subscribers, my new subscribers for the year 2024. I have accumulated 1,300 new subscribers. I appreciate the support. Over 365-day period. I think that's pretty good, especially for my content, for what it's all intents and purposes, for what it's worth. Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty all right. Slow traction. Headed into my, headed into my 14th year, you know what I'm saying, of, the knowledge, 15th, of all the knowledge and everything that I've been embarking upon over the years. And I'm just here to expound upon the things that I've studied over the course of time. And people, I have no problem with sharing because there's much more to go where this came from. So with that being said, to all my light workers, let us proceed. If you're watching this video around children, please remove them from your immediate vicinity, as my videos are not for children, strictly for the purposes and intents of this is adult-based content. My content also does not provide legal advice. The sole purpose is for general, informational, and educational purposes only. If you choose to do what you will with the information, it is strictly on you. It is simply that. I am not a lawyer. If you're in a legal jam, please consult an attorney, provide your fees, and grant their assistance to your personal situation. Yeah. So with that being said, let's cook. Now, as I've often explained before in my videos, my job is to make this very easy for you, which is, i.e., one thing we all experience upon a day-to-day basis, irrespective of color, creed, nationality, origin, or religion, is life. Period. We all deal with this fundamental basic called life. My job, as far as what I do on my channel and in my personal life, is to guide many people, irrespective of age, color, creed, nationality, origin, or religion, to the simplistic knowledge of how the centralized hub we call life is worked. Irrespective of your nationality or your language, all countries are affected by the quote-unquote tentacles of the unseen octopus. We know it exists. We know that it seems to be impenetrable. We know that we have this illusion amongst society to make them believe that they are just smarter than we are. But out of the mouth of babes does the Most High perfect praise. So, it is what it is. May he have hidden these things from the mighty of the world and shown them to the lowly. So me, humble servant, coming to y'all with this content to show y'all it's much more easier than they predisposed to you. Okay? Okay. Now, simplify something. And the title of this video is called Affidavit of Identity. Now, I know a lot of people may never heard of this. I'm here to help you simplify something in your personal life that you may have to deal with or you may not, right? Now, it's very simple. It's an affidavit. You see what I'm saying? Usually people ask you for identification. They say, we need identification. An affidavit of identity is identification. It is a sworn statement as well that can be also presented in legal proceedings. It can also be presented in matters of when an entity or agency or any other third party requests personal information as far as your identification is concerned. But all you're doing is just leaving out major things, personal things that may be attached to your personal identification, because if you see on a driver's license or a state ID, there's multiple numbers, okay? There's multiple indicators that they're called numbers, indicators, that are on that card that people should not have access to. What this also does, it also conceals one thing that is also exposed to the NCIC system. Let's say, for instance, you get pulled over. And one thing is that's supposed to be very, very, very private is your social. We're going to get there later on in the series later on today, because I have 3 more uploads today. Ruined this surprise, but hey, it is what it is. Enjoy yourself. But this one right here is very, very pertinent. Now, this is one that I personally use in regards to, let's just say, you're out and traveling out and about. Now, I know a lot of legal jargonists and a lot of people who just basically are loquacious when it comes down to speaking about legal terms and how they apply and so forth. The one thing you must understand about legalese is just as strict, if not more strict, in a conclusive effect that regular, normalized layman English is. See, when you're looking at something in a legal sense, as opposed to looking at it in a layman sense, it's not the same, people. So when they talk about identity, most of the people would say, oh, just give me your license. Well, did you not know that you are not supposed to even require yourself to give up a license, even if you are pulled over? Because that means that is a violation of your Fourth Amendment protection. But like I said, it's not legal advice. Just simply read the Fourth Amendment. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's just the law. That's what it says. Not conjecture. It's what the law says. The Constitution, according to Article 6, is the supreme law of the land. State law don't mean shit. Municipal laws don't mean shit. City laws don't mean shit. Okay? So let's start reestablishing that there. So for all you bootlickers who like to go along with the flow and do what the system tells you, congratulations. I hope your wallet stays flat. But that's neither here nor there. An affidavit of identity is basically something that you use to identify your personal self. What I basically did was made an affidavit of identity, like, say, for instance, your vehicle. Where'd you buy it from? You put the dealer's name, you put your full legal name, you put your current domicile, which is your address, you put your telephone number, and then you put what type of identification. Do you hold a driver's license? Do you hold a state-issued identification card? Do you hold a passport? Or other, i.e., international driver's license, international driver's permit, something like that. Right? And it says the state in which it was issued. It says the ID number, which is also known as the serial number, and then the expiration date. Now, why is this important? Because if a person, i.e., an officer, i.e., road pirate, comes along and says, can I get your identification? You would then hand this to him. But I'm putting the cart before the horse. Let me cook. Now it also says, since it's an affidavit, it can and will be used against you in a court of law, which works in your favor. It says, being duly sworn, I depose to say that I am the one and the same person named above as affiant. That the purpose of this affidavit is to establish and verify that I am the same individual who is a customer of dealership, where you got your car, and pertaining to any and all documents of your vehicle ID number, which is known as your VIN. That I understand that falsification in any degree of this affidavit is a felony, criminal offense, and will subject such affiant to prosecution to the fullest extent of the law. You put your signature, make sure you sign it and endorse it correct with explicit reservation of rights. UCC 1308, simple as that. And you put the state of, the county of, subscribed and sworn or affirmed to me this day of blank, of the month blank, 2000, well, we're heading into 2025. So 2025, right? Now, who provided me on the basis of satisfactory evidence to be a person? Then you get it notarized, right? Once you get it notarized, there's a spot on here where you actually place your right thumbprint, okay? So with that being said, that is an authorization of a physical signature. Now, what you would do if you get pulled over and they say they need your information, you would then hand them your insurance card, and then you would hand them this affidavit. It's just that simple. Now, people be like, well, it would be much more simpler for you to give them your driver's license. Why not? Okay, bootlicker, let's get one thing straight. I just said, quote unquote, without a warrant, they cannot seize your personal effects. An ID, a license, is a personal effect. This right here is keeping me within the jurisdictional realm of common law, which means I'm voluntarily, absent a warrant, giving over my identification under penalty of perjury, which can and will be used against you in a court of law if you have to go. My suggestion is you keep several of these in your vehicle, several of these on you, make copies. And I always tell people all the time, whenever you're dealing with this information that I'm dispensing upon you, you must invest in a computer and a fucking printer. Unless you like running back and forth to the law library, unless you like running back and forth to the library, unless you like running forth to all these other places, then do you. It's a headache, and I'm telling you right now, a small investment. You don't even have to get anything fancy. That's the beautiful thing. And as long as you have something that prints, it doesn't have to be fancy. Trust me. Only thing that you purchase when you purchase a printer is just the goddamn name. As long as it has a warranty on it and your laptop has a warranty on it, you're fine. You're good to go. Some shit happened to it, you take it back to where you purchased it from, and you ain't got to pay a damn thing. All right? So I try to tell people, invest in a computer and a printer. You're going to need it when you on this journey. If you don't have one, and unfortunately the universe did not provide what was necessary for you to obtain it, it is A-okay. Keep working until you get there. You know what I'm saying? It takes steps. We get that. But if you do have a computer and a printer, start putting that motherfucker to use. You know what I'm saying? Start putting it to use. Don't just let that motherfucker collect dust and you just sitting there that, oh, I have a computer at home, but you ain't using it. But see, when you're dealing with this knowledge that I'm giving you, that I'm selling you for the general purposes and all intents and purposes, you're going to need some hardware. You see what I'm saying? And this is why. But this will save you the hassle and headache of having to even reach for something, because you keep this somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Keep it in your little your glove box, and just hand it to them. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you have a copy, because guess what? It's a copy. Keep that for you. Make sure you attach that to the ticket. Because I know they have a stub, you know what I'm saying? And all traffic stops are all recorded. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? All traffic stops are recorded. So if you tell them, could you please attach that to the stub of the ticket or the receipt of the ticket? Could you please attach that to the ticket so it can be submitted to the court? Make sure you say that on body cam. You'll beat the ticket every time because they ain't going to do it. Make sure you say it. And always take your tickets to trial, people. Always take your tickets to trial. Take everything to trial. I'm just going to keep it real. Now, if you did it, you did it. It's a different story. But if you didn't do it, and it's contestable, and it's a victimless crime, as I always say in my videos, take it to trial. That's less than 12 minutes. Simple as that. So when they ask you for identification, there you go. That is identification. See, when they say identification, that's all it is. Does an affidavit actually suffice as a form of identification? Yes, according to canon law. Superiority of affidavits. Affidavits are superior to anything. That's why a lot of people, y'all need to start learning about these affidavits. You know what I'm saying? And the power of them. They don't have to be lengthy. They don't have to be long. They don't have to be 8, 9, 10 pages. This is one-page affidavit. Speaks volumes. Just one page. So you have to understand the superiority of affidavits according to canon law. Affidavits are far superior to any claim that anybody can say you did. Because what you have to do is understand, and I'll get there later on in the series about affidavits, the superiority of affidavits. I'll get there later. But you have to understand what you're using these for. But this is an affidavit of identity. It's self-explanatory. Anyone asks you for identity in regards to who you are or what you are, you can tell them. If they say they need photo identification, you are free to block off any information that you want. It's yours. See what I'm saying? That's the excuse me. That's the thing that a lot of people do not understand about this commercial system. Who gives a fuck what they say they want? It's your job and your duty to understand that it's your responsibility of what you give and what you withhold. Y'all are being led under a compulsory system that says we need this. Why? You know what I'm saying? It's my responsibility, if it's my personal information, to give you what the fuck I want to give you. Now, if you don't want to take it, then we don't have to do commerce, i.e. business. Simple as that. And I just move on. Stop feeling obligated because a person asks you for something. They say this is the way we're going to take it. Nah, fuck that. Don't do that. That's called voluntary servitude. I think some of y'all really need to read the motherfucking 13th Amendment again. For those who reside in the coastal United States. Read that shit again. Slavery is voluntary now. See, back when they could take you and make you do some shit against your will, that was considered cruel and unusual punishment. It's the foundation of the 8th Amendment. But now it's much more easier because it's less rebellion. Because don't get me wrong, everybody that was enslaved at a certain time of history in this country, which they so like to delete, didn't go willingly. Cost a lot of lives. But it wasn't about the lives. It was about the property and the outcome being affected of the encaptured. So they came up with a very, very, very tricky amendment, although that wasn't the first original 13th Amendment. As I said in my previous video, go down the timeline, you'll see it. The original 13th Amendment was talking about no lawyers in government, but that's neither here nor there. It's tricky because they said involuntary servitude should not exist in the United States, except for when the individual shall be punished by a crime, which expounds upon a lot of elements of why the American system is so fettered with the prisoner industrial complex. This is men and women, all aces, race, colors, ethnicity, and origin, and religion. Slavery is voluntary. You volunteer. So you better be careful about what you give any entity or give out any information pertaining to yourself. Because if you're not, you will get exploited. And eventually, you'll stay where you always been. On the plantation, involuntary servitude. Involuntary servitude. Involuntary servitude. See the play of words with that one? Let that cook. So I hope you learned a lot from this tidbit of information. Anyone wants to contact me, please contact me via email. I'm letting you know as the posting of this video, I am deleting all of my emails from 2024. I'm leaving my email address as of the recording of this video today. And the ones from this point forward, these are my email addresses. I'm gonna leave my Google number as well, but I'm deleting all my emails. Every last one of them must go. Out with the old and with the new. So if you do email me, and you email me at the email address that's left in the video description and the comment section, that is my email. It'll be clear for whoever wants to email me concerning consultations or any other information or any other inquiries with regards to everything. I will tell you, I do not know everything. So if it's something I am not familiar with, I will do my due diligence to figure it the fuck out in less than 24 hours. That's just how tenacious I am when it comes down to knowledge. But as of today, I'm deleting all my emails. So if you emailed me in the past, it's gone. It's over with. It's a wrap. It's over. So with that being said, people, much love, much light, much appreciation to you. I hope you take this tidbit of information. Stand by for the next few uploads, and we'll take it from there. Peace, light, love. Knowledge is power, but execution is even more powerful. Take care. Agents, man, fuck you. Into 2025, baby. What's up? Been cooking since 2011. Y'all take care. Stay tuned.